And you don't be praying to pictures and lighting candles to demons. Read.
As to God himself shall be a judge to this everlasting punishment, as having been causes of defilement, while the just shall obtain an incorruptible and never fading kingdom. These are now indeed confined in Hades, but not in the same place wherein the unjust are confined.
So it lets you know that the righteous are also in Hades, but not where the unrighteous are. Like it says in Luke 16, they're in a separate place. Read.
For there is one descent in this region.
There's one descent in this region. Descent means to go down. Read.
At whose gate we believe there stands an archangel.
There's an archangel with an host. Go ahead.
Which gate, when those pass through, which are conducted down by the angels appointed over souls. They do not go the same way, but they are just.
But the
just are guided to the right hand.
So the just is guided to the right hand of this place. That's where the bosom of Abraham is. Read.
And are led with hymns.
And they are led with songs. Go.
Sung by the angels appointed over that place, unto a region of light, in which the just have dwelt from the beginning of the world, not constrained by necessity, but over enjoying the prospect of good things they see.
Go ahead.
And rejoice in the expectation of those new enjoyments, which will be peculiar to every one of them, and esteeming those things beyond what we have here, with whom there is no place of toil, no burning heat, no piercing cold, nor any briars there, but the countenance of the fathers and of the just, which they see always, smiles upon them, while they wait for the rest and eternal new life in heaven, which is to
succeed. Just relax. Just read it slower.
Which is to succeed this region. This place we call the bosom of Abraham.
This is the bosom of Abraham. This is where the righteous presides. Go ahead.
But as to the
unjust, the people that wanted to do wicked, that thought they was tough, that thought, hey, yeah, God can't do nothing to me. Oh, there is no God. Here's the unjust. What's for the unjust?
They are dragged by force to the left hand.
They are dragged by force to the left hand by the angels. Let's see how tough you is now. Your behind is being dragged into a place of fire, demons, smoke, and some of the most wicked cats that ever hit the earth. That's your hangout now. Okay? Read.
They are dragged by force to the left hand by the angels allotted for punishment, no longer going with the goodwill, but as prisoners driven by violence.
No longer going with the goodwill, but as prisoners driven by violence. So the angels are beating you as they drag you. Read.
To whom are sent the angels appointed over them to reproach them and threaten them with terrible looks.
So the spirit that was first working with you, that was trying to protect you, your guardian angel, now it comes and gives you evil looks as it's dragging you to where you'll be tormented. And this spirit of the presence looks just like you, though. Yes, our guardian angels present themselves before the Father in our form. So they'll be looking at you with terrible looks the whole time while dragging you into your final punishment. Read.
And to thrust them still downwards.
And to thrust them still downwards. So they're dragging you down the whole time. Go.
Now those angels that are sent over these souls drag them into the neighborhood of hell itself.
They drag them into the neighborhood of hell itself. And do what?
Who, when they are hard by it, continually hear the noise of it, and do not stand clear of the hot vapor itself.
They hear the noise, and they start smelling and seeing the vapors coming out of it. Read.
But when they have a near view of this spectacle, as of a terrible and exceeding great prospect of fire, they are struck with the fearful expectation of a future judgment.
And as soon as they see it, they know that something is going to happen. A future judgment is coming down on them. Go ahead.
And in effect, punished thereby. And not only so, but where they see the place, or choir of the fathers and of the just, even hereby they are punished, for a chaos.
For a chaos.
Deep and large is fixed between them.
So there's a chasm or a chaos fixed between them. You have the righteous on one side and the unrighteous on the other. Righteous and unrighteous. Read on.
Chaos deep and large, and fixed between them, insomuch that a just man that have compassion upon them cannot be omitted, nor can one that is unjust, if he were bold enough to attempt, pass over it.
Go ahead. That means either side, the righteous can't help the unrighteous, and the unrighteous cannot get to where the righteous is. But they can see each other. That lets you know that even though the churches teach that in Luke 16 is talking about a parable, it's real. Christ is talking about an actual place and an actual scenario that happened in Luke the 16th chapter. It's backed up with the 70 scriptures that we read that the Lord said hide, and it's backed up through Josephus, who understood the scriptures because he read the scriptures. He was a man of law. Read on.
This is the discourse concerning Hades, wherein the souls of all men are confounded until a proper season.
So they're confined until a proper season. Read on.
Which God hath determined, when he will make a resurrection of all men from the dead.
He will make a resurrection of all men from the dead. So not only will the righteous be resurrected, the unrighteous will be resurrected also. It tells you in Revelation 20 that the dead in Christ from the bosom of Abraham shall rise first. This is the first resurrection, for which the second death have no power. The second death is at the end of the 1,000 years when he raised the dead that are waiting in hell for their final judgment. One moment.